Today I'm sharing 7 native landscaping tips to help spruce up your backyard garden. If you're looking to get started with some low maintenance and pollinator friendly plants, this video will help you get started. Alright, let's get into it. In this first idea, we're going to create a concept for a butterfly garden. Butterflies are not only beautiful to watch, they're also really important pollinators. You can attract butterflies to your yard by planting native plants like milkweed, coneflower, or bee balm, also known as wild bergamot. These plants provide nectar and also food for caterpillars, which makes an inviting space for butterflies to make their home. 2. You can try to create a hummingbird haven. Hummingbirds like flowers that are brightly colored and have long tubular flowers. Things like cardinal flower, also bee balm, would be really great for hummingbirds. By incorporating these flowers into your backyard, you can enjoy the beauty of seeing hummingbirds and also provide an important food source for them. Next, let's talk about creating a bee-friendly garden. Bees are essential pollinators for many plants, including food crops, so it's great to have bees in your yard. You can plant things you're familiar with, like lavender or sunflowers, or also things you might not have thought to allow to grow in your yard, like goldenrod, are really great for bees. These flowers provide a rich source of nectar and pollen, which can help to ensure a healthy bee population. For all of these things that I mentioned so far, whether you're planting for bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, there are endless resources out there about many more plants than the ones that I've shared. I'm just sharing a couple that you might have heard of before. I'll leave some links in the description box below in case you want to do a little bit more research and find even more types of plants that might work in your area. Next, let's talk about creating a bird-friendly garden. Many avid bird watchers will put bird feeders in their yard to feed birdseed to the birds, but did you know you could also plant native plants to help feed the birds? You could plant several different types of fruiting trees or shrubs. Things like elderberry, serviceberry, or blackberries would provide a lot of great food for birds to enjoy in your yard. By providing these natural food sources, you help to create a haven for birds in your yard. Another great way to support wildlife in your yard is to add a water feature. All sorts of animals, from birds to butterflies, frogs, turtles, toads, would all love to visit your garden if you add a water feature. Adding a pond with native plants can provide both food and habitat for wildlife in your area. If you're thinking about adding a pond to your yard, think about adding one with varying different gradients of depth in the pool, so that animals like frogs that need to enter into the water in order to lay their eggs have a shallow space where they can enter and exit from the pond. If you want to add plants in and around your pond as well, you can think about the different types of plants that you're going to need for your pond as in several different zones based on how much they like to be in the water. There are some plants that do great on the border of ponds, others that like to be in that marginal area where they're a little bit wet but not fully submerged. Other plants love to be submerged in the water, and some plants can thrive floating on the water. A couple examples: American lotus, duckweed, or spatterdock as pond plants for your backyard pond. Oh, also blue flag iris would be really pretty native plant to add to your pond. All right, and 6. Another great way to invite wildlife into your yard is to provide some shelter, whether that's a bird, bat, bee, or toad house. Creating these little homes or houses for animals in different spaces in your yard gives them a safe place to nest and rest. By providing these little shelters in your backyard, you can create a welcoming environment for a variety of wildlife. This also makes a really fun DIY project if you love to create something or looking for a good activity to do with your family. Finally, number 7, another way to benefit wildlife in your backyard is through creating a pocket prairie. So creating a small section of your yard where you allow the taller wildflowers and grasses to grow. This provides shelter for some insects and some pollinating animals. For instance, caterpillars for butterflies and moths that might need the shelter space of that tall grass in order to live. You can make this super budget friendly by starting your pocket prairie from seed. You'll want to smother out all of the lawn or existing, coverage that you have in that section of your yard. You can put down cardboard or landscape fabric and allow the sun to solarize it and kill those plants. And you'll want to make sure that all of those weed seeds or previous lawn is removed before you add your compost and then your seed mix. This is going to require some patience, as most of these native seed mixes include some perennial and annual plants that take a couple of years to get established. And you might not see the most beautiful blooming flowers for about 2 to 3 years. If you've got a little bit less patience but a little bit more money to spend, you could also buy in some plugs of the native wildflowers and grasses you would like to have in your pocket prairie and start from that, and that will help you to get that fuller looking effect sooner. In conclusion, adding native plants to your backyard not only adds beauty but also supports pollinators like bees, butterflies, birds, and so much more. By creating these pollinator-friendly spaces, we can ensure that we're helping to preserve these species, and also, if you're a vegetable garden grower, you'll have better pollination for all of the fruits and veggies you're trying to grow. Let me know in the comments below, have you tried any of these native landscaping methods in your backyard, or would you like to try one of them? If you have any ideas to share or any further resources about places to find great native plants or information about native plants, please, I encourage you to share that with me and with others in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I'll also share a video from last season where I started a pollinator garden and shared my honest journey about what things worked well and didn't work well for me. And that might also help you if you're getting started on your first pollinator garden. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sharing your time with me today. I hope you will incorporate some native landscaping ideas into your backyard garden for this year. Until next time, happy gardening.